Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be tackling the 100,000 mile spark plug change out on a 2016 MKZ Hybrid. All right, let's take a quick second to go over the tools we're going to need. Nothing fancy, pair of needle nose. This is a spark plug gap tool. You don't even need that, they come pre-gapped. 1/4 inch extension, 1/4 inch ratchet, 3/8 inch ratchet, 3/8 inch extension. We needed a 5/8 inch spark plug socket. I also used a 5/8 inch regular deep well socket. You're going to need a 5/16 deep well socket to pull off the coil pack retaining nuts and bolts. You're going to need an 8mm socket to pull off the air cleaner cover, and a 7mm socket to pull off everything else. I used a torque wrench. This is inch pounds. 144 inch pounds is 12 foot-pounds, and that's all I needed. Took me about a half hour. I bought the spark plugs. These are the OEM spark plugs. Bought them from AutoZone for $29, delivered to my front door with same day shipping. And I bought a Purolator air filter off of Amazon. That was also like 1 day, 2 day shipping for I think $11. I'll put the links to everything down in the description. All right, first thing we got to do is we got to pull out this plastic cover. Pretty straightforward. There's 2 bolts. There's one right here, and there's another one down in here. We'll also have to loosen up this hose clamp, pull this bellow off. We have to pull the ends off of this pipe right here, and this thing will come straight off. So let's get on it. Get these 2 bolts off, straightforward, 7mm. And this one here is a 7mm as well. Step is to loosen up this hose clamp. Again, this is 7mm as well. Don't have to take it all the way off, you just got to get it loose. Once that's loose, you want to disconnect. This is easy. You just push this gray tab over and it comes unhooked, and you just kind of wiggle it up and it comes straight up. We'll pull these out. This just pulls straight out, no problem. This one, just give it a wiggle and it should come right out. Once you get this loose, we got to pull the mass airflow sensor plug out. This little red thing just gets pulled up, and then this thing, just wiggle it up and out of the way. From here, you got to pull this cover off. It's got 3 grommets in it. One's here, here, and here. All you have to do is give it a light tug up, and it comes out. Pull it from back here. This one comes up, and the last one you just get from back here. Don't pull it all the way off, because this pipe has a wire tie that's hooked into the cover, so we have to disconnect it from the back. This thing here just slides out of your way, and from here you'll be able to come down. And again, this is just like the other one. You pull the plastic tab, unhook it, and this thing here slides right out. This whole thing gets up and off. We have access to the 4 coil packs. We'll pull the retaining nuts and bolts out of them, and they'll come right out, and that'll give us access to the spark plugs. Before we can go there, there's a wiring harness that sits over here on top of this one. I just grab a pair of needle nose and gently pull up, and that gets out of our way. We'll pull these retaining nuts off and bolts off. You'll need a long or a deep well socket. I have a 5/16, which fits it just fine. So let's pull them out. Once you get them out, the coil packs, they just pull straight up and out, and you can just lay them off to the side. Once you get all the coil packs out, what I like to do is take a little compressed air and just blow down there in case there's any dirt. That way when you pull the spark plug out, a bunch of crap doesn't fall down into the cylinder. You'll need an extension for this part and a spark plug wrench. 5/8, and they'll come right out. and out they come. We'll do that 3 more times, and then we'll get ready to put the new ones in. They're gonna come out in reverse order. We'll get them in the socket, gently lower them in there, just kind of give them a wiggle, hand tighten them all the way down. They're gonna go to, I think it's 12 foot-pounds. Anybody knows what the real number should be, stick it down in the comments. I'm curious. That was just a quick Google search, but I didn't find anything definitive. So a lot of times, since that thing's got the rubber boot on it, you gotta just reach in there and pull that socket the rest of the way out with a pair of needle nose. A smart way to do this, which I'm not doing it of course, is to get your torque wrench set up, and that way you don't have to pull the socket out of there twice. So I think I'll probably just get a 5/8 inch socket without the rubber boot to torque them all down. That way I don't have to keep pulling it out. This is the same as everything else. We're just putting it back together in reverse order. The easiest way to get it, this vacuum tube, is to hook this up before you slide the entire plastic cover back in. So it should click in. And then from here, you can just pick up your cover, gently slide it over on top of all the rubber grommets, and just line up where your bolts went. And that way, you'll know if you're on top of it. You'll feel it go click. It'll just click right in like a detent. That's that. We'll plug our other side in till it clicks. We will plug our mass airflow sensor back in and push down the red retaining clip. These here, these just get pushed right back in. All right, that's slid in. This is slid in. We have to tighten that one up. Just tighten this one up. That's tight. All we have left to do is we got to pull our air filters underneath here. Really, you could do this while it was off. It probably would have made better sense, because then we could have vacuumed it out a little easier. So anyway, it's on now. So let's pull that off and change out the air filter. But these are either Torx or 8mm. It just comes off. You take this out, throw it off to the side. All right, straightforward. It just slides right down in, and then you put your cover back on, and you're done. It took me about a half hour. I don't know what Lincoln charges for this. I'd imagine that they get it probably at least $100, $150. Super easy to do. My battery died. I'm back. So anyway, like I was saying, this is definitely something that you can do at home. Half hour, you know, about $35 worth of parts, some basic hand tools, and you're up and running. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. There's all kinds of stuff coming out on the channel, from light excavating work to obviously changing spark plugs in a Lincoln, to grading, to building decks, all kinds of craziness that we do. So hit the subscribe button. That way you guys can keep up to speed on it. Thanks.